Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out this evening. This is the second of our budget hearing for fiscal year 2018 or 19? 2018. This is the next to last budget hearing I'll be doing as county executive. It has been a pleasure to work with you and to serve the county over these almost 8 years. Our last budget hearing, I'll announce this again at the end of the hearing, will be February 13th in Laurel. This is your chance and your opportunity to tell us how you want your dollars directed. For those folks who this may be their first time coming out, we like to always say that it's an opportunity for us. These budget hearings actually help. There are many policy changes that were implemented because of suggestions that we've had in these various budget hearings. We've been very pleased over the last 7 years to see crime in Prince George's County go down. The number of economic development that we've had all over the county has gone up. A good example is what's going on in this very campus right here. And so our school system has made progress. Very, very happy with the things that are happening there and transportation. So over these last almost 8 years, the county has seen a dramatic rise. In fact, when I go around the state now, we talk about the fact that Prince George's County actually leads the Washington area in job creation. To put that in perspective, we're 21 out of the counties, large counties in the United States. The nearest competitor in the Washington region is Loudoun County, and they're 55th. Fairfax County is 121 in creation of jobs. So it is because of the hard work of the many. There you go. Thank you. Exactly. We also are pleased, since we have the sheriff here, to say that thanks to the work of the public safety, and that's all of public safety, not just police, sheriff, state's attorney, Department of Corrections, Homeland Security, we saw an 18% drop in homicides in Prince George's County last year, and we've steadily seen a decrease in crime in the county. As I said, this is your opportunity. This is the next to last time you will hear me speak. I will come in at the end, but we'll be taking notes and your suggestions. With that, we'll get some directions, some housekeeping directions.
Before I call the first speaker, I would like, go ahead.
I was correct in the very beginning. This is fiscal year 19 budget. They were trying to get rid of me already.
Before I call the first speaker, I'd like to go over the rules for tonight's proceedings. First, I would like to ask everyone to put their cell phones on vibrate during tonight's hearing. In order to provide everyone the opportunity to present testimony this evening, a time limit of 3 minutes will be imposed. I will have a timer set for 3-minute period. When there's 30 seconds left, I will hold up a sign reflecting 30 seconds. Once the time has expired, an alarm will sound. Please be considerate of others and wrap your comments up at that time. Thank you, and our first speaker is Dr. Kevin Maxwell.
Good evening. I am Dr. Kevin Maxwell, Chief Executive Officer of Prince George's County Public Schools. I want to express my appreciation for the County Executive's support of our various initiatives over the last 4 years to move Prince George's County schools towards greatness. Mr. Baker, thank you for providing funds that have expanded opportunities for students and responded to parents' demands for programs of choice. Thank you for investing in early childhood education, allowing us to complete the restoration of all pre-kindergarten, of all-day pre-kindergarten in every school with the capacity to do so in the coming year. Thank you for investing in our nationally recognized arts integration program, allowing us to create 73 arts integration schools, the largest program in the state and, to our knowledge, the country. Thank you for investing in language immersion, allowing us to expand our offerings for Spanish, French, and Chinese, along with our expansion in world languages, which include, among others, Arabic, Korean, Portuguese, Russian, Italian, German, Latin, and American Sign Language. Thank you for investing in our 2 international schools. Thank you for investing in the Transforming Neighborhood at Schools initiative that provides wraparound services in more than 60 schools, and soon our Community Schools initiative. Thank you for investing in expansion of dual enrollment and middle college programs. In collaboration with Prince George's Community College, from the Academy of Health Sciences to now include the Teacher Academy, 3D Scholars, and P-TECH, as well as our expansion of career and technical education offerings. Thank you for investing in Junior Achievement Finance Park. Thank you for investing in our capital needs, such as the new Fairmont Heights and Oxon Hill High Schools, Accokeek Academy, and Glen Arden Woods and Edward M. Fellogy Elementary Schools. Thank you for investing in academic programs that have created 30 Posse scholarships that have received over $4.2 million in scholarships during my tenure. Thank you for investing in our people by fully funding every single completed negotiated contract agreement for every bargaining unit during my tenure, including providing members of our Teachers Association, PGCEA, with over $77.9 million in compensation enhancements over the last 4 years. Thank you for investing in the 42 newly certified and 8 recertified National Board Certified teachers who will be penned on Monday evening, bringing us to a total of 379 National Board Certified teachers, now the 3rd largest in the state. These resources are an investment in the talents, dreams, and futures of our precious children. The promise of Prince George's County Public Schools continues to be outstanding academic achievement for all. On behalf of our more than 132,000 students, I thank you for being our partner in this work and for all that you do each and every day on behalf of our schools, our children, our families, and our communities. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Maxwell, and please thank the teachers and the employees of the school system who work very hard each and every day, and especially thank the parents who put their children in our school and have faith in us. So thank you for that.
Jana Parker. And the next person after that will be Marsha Voigt.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm a longtime resident of Prince George's County, and it is interesting that I would actually be going behind Dr. Maxwell because my statements are about the Prince George's County school system and the funding. Dr. Maxwell did an excellent job in talking about the various initiatives within Prince George's County that would greatly benefit our school system. And I think that it's wonderful that we do continue to put funding within those initiatives, but I also think that it's important to clarify certain things, especially when they're given in public comment. So fully funding a negotiated contract and where your teachers are still several years behind their steps is a contract that isn't true to building a community within Prince George's County. At this point, teachers that retire will now still be retiring at least $10,000 behind the salary that they should be on due to the furlough and things that happened in the last about 7 years or so. So yes, a contract is fully negotiated, but still, these people are not paid the actual amount that they're supposed to be paid by the contract. I also have concerns about a budget that does promote all these initiatives, and yet we have a $1 billion deficit in relation to the school buildings, the repairs and things of that nature. And these are all facts that can be found on the PG County website and in the PG County budget hearing meetings that I've been going to, the ones that have been made public as well. So there's $1 billion, okay, that needs to be done in relation to repairs to the buildings and the schools around this area. So that's a concern as well. And I think it's great that we have these initiatives, but I'm wondering, okay, we have these great initiatives and buildings and where children are having to wear coats in the winter. They're sweating profusely in the summer. They're dealing with asbestos issues. Teachers have asbestos issues, severe health concerns, but we have these initiatives. So I guess you can go to a college that will give you air conditioning and heat. But, you know, if you're a first grader, second grader, third grader, you know, you won't have to. I think it's great that you did, you know, that Prince George's County made up the balance so that they could restore pre-kindergarten and kindergarten since Dr. Maxwell's regime lost the $6 million federal contract that we had. So there's that. So it's kind of like, yes, that's great that these things are being funded, but they're being funded to the point in where a lot of people, including the NAACP, the Southern Christian Leadership Coalition, the Prince George's, the PGCEA, which he mentioned, all have concerns about the management of those funds. So I guess a little bit more transparency in how these funds are actually being utilized. That's a huge concern. Thank you.
Thank you.
After Marcia, it will be Gina Bowler. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Baker, I'm Marsh Voigt from the Friends of the Greenbelt Library and also the County Friends of the Library. Recently, I had the opportunity to hear interim CEOs Michelle and Michael talk about the amazingly creative and innovative programs in our PG County Library system. Vet Now, to help veterans navigate the VA benefits. Job Now, resumes and interviewing. Virtual reality future makers. Using the Rosetta Stone at Riverdale Refugee Center. Ready to read, ready to learn programs. Tableau, a data visualization software for management. And I love this one, hip hop architecture, using Autodesk software to do urban planning. 65 years ago, I would have died for this. I used Lincoln Logs. These things make learning exciting. But we need librarians to guide these programs. We certainly have a lot of great librarians, but so many more of them are in other counties where they are paid better. I think we're pretty sure our classification and compensation guidelines will be funded and better pay is coming. Please keep supporting these guidelines. There's one other little small thing I would like to talk about. It's about the size, perhaps, of the South Bowie Library lobby. Bladensburg Library. It's on 450 near the Peace Cross. It's politely described as cozy or compact. It's cramped and it's crowded and there's nowhere to meet there. It has 2 tables. It has some books. It has 5 or 6 carols here, and it has 14 cramped together computers. There's one room off the side of it for little kids, and it has something wonderful in it. She is a great big large happy alligator. She is worth keeping. The kids love her. Oh, there is a single 1-seater bathroom for men, women, and children in this library. The 5 staff have 1 computer. The branch is scheduled to be demolished in 2020, and then eventually it'll be replaced by a building 3 times as large. The community really needs it. They absolutely deserve to have that date moved forward to 2019. Please not jeopardizing any other work. I know you support our libraries. Please continue to do so in whatever capacity you find yourself in the coming years. Thank you.
I like that. Thank you. Just so you know, we met with the library system and they did put the Bladensburg Library situation to us, and we're going to take that under consideration. I know it well. It's right near my home. Thank you.
Gina Bowler. Gina Bowler. Miss Victor McCarthy. I don't know the first name. The next speaker would be, after her, will be Lavette Sims. I didn't want to destroy your name. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, County Executive, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ola Buccola Henrietta Victor McCarthy, a county resident. Thank you, the County Executive, Mr. Baker, for this opportunity. Let me summarize the submission I just handed to you, sir. It is to make more improved services, generate revenue for FY2019 county operations with no new fees or charges levied, but may give rise to an operating budget surplus. Hopefully, the requests contained in the submission will receive your kind approval, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lavette Sims. Marita Brown. Marita Brown. Dalvin Champagne. Dalvin Champagne. Lauren Claggett. And after Lauren will be Sydney Daggle.
First off, I would like to acknowledge how much work the Honorable Rashawn Baker has done for our community. Due to his leadership, our community has been transformed into an economic heaven. Prince George's County has been able to attract, retain, and grow local businesses. He's created countless jobs and improved our community by supporting MGM, the National Harbor, and the new hotel at the University of Maryland, and so many others. He has prevented furloughs for the county employees, as well as he's been known to approve and encourage raises for his employees. Recently, he sponsored a CB bill that gave property standards inspectors a well-deserved 15% raise. I would like to recommend giving a raise to the construction standards inspectors in the inspection division, who made Mr. Baker's visions come to life. First, let me start off by explaining the difference between property standards and construction standards. Construction standards inspectors are in charge of inspecting all construction in Prince George's County, which includes the projects that completely transform Prince George's County through Mr. Baker's vision. Construction standards inspectors make sure every project is done correctly from the ground up: the foundation, the framing, the electrical work, the fire suppression systems. They're required to know all of these codes: the IRC, the IBC, the NFPA, the NEC, the IMC, the IECC. On top of all these books, they're also required to know all the Prince George's County Code that amends these books, which includes Subtitle 4, Subtitle 9, Subtitle 11, Subtitle 23, Subtitle 32, Subtitle 27, and Subtitle 13. Property maintenance is only required to know the IPMC. Property standards currently only make a 5% pay difference between the construction standards inspectors. But as you can see, the knowledge needed between these two jobs is far more than 5%. Within the last year, a large portion of construction standards inspectors have left to go to other agencies that pay a higher salary, and the replacement rate has hardly been zero. Prince George's County is the lowest paid construction standards inspectors in the region. On average, the surrounding jurisdictions have a starting pay of $10,000 more than Prince George's County. Every applicant will unsuccessfully attempt to negotiate the starting pay. Experienced and qualified individuals will not accept the starting salary. The Honorable Rashawn Baker recently sponsored a bill that allowed a raise for property standards inspectors. By sponsoring only them, you are sending a message: high grass and weeds is more important than life safety. By sponsoring only them, you are allowing our homeowners insurance to go up because we cannot retain qualified inspectors. Mr. Baker, in this new budget year, I am begging you to increase their salary so they become more competitive to the surrounding jurisdictions, and we can attract and, more importantly, retain quality construction standards inspectors within our county. This will allow them to provide excellent customer service that the citizens of Prince George's County expect and deserve. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to voting for you as governor.
Thank you. And thank you for holding the books. Ms. Mr. Stanton? I think Mr. Stanton wrote that down, so we will look into that. Thank you.
Sydney Daggle, and then Denise Dunn is after her.
Hi, I'm Sydney Daigle. I'm the director, it was close, the director of the Prince George's County Food Equity Council. Thank you for the opportunity to testify here tonight. The Food Equity Council helps local residents grow, sell, and choose healthier foods. And I'm here on behalf of the council to ask for your support in 3 critical food and farm programs. The first is the Maryland Market Money Program at participating farmers markets. The second is general operating support for our organization, the Prince George's County Food Equity Council. And the third is funding for a full-time planner coordinator position at the Soil Conservation District office to work on their urban agriculture conservation program. So first, the Maryland Market Money Program. This program doubles the value of purchases made at farmers markets with federal food nutrition assistance benefits like SNAP or WIC. It's really a win-win for both local farmers in the county as well as local families who can't quite afford to put enough food on their family's table. The program's popular in our county. 4 farmers markets, including Cheverly, Riverdale Park, Portstown's Farmers Mercado, and Hyattsville currently offer it. And many more farmers markets would like to participate if there was the funding. It's so successful across Maryland that the Maryland General Assembly unanimously passed legislation to fund Maryland Market Money Program through the Maryland Farms and Family Act. Unfortunately, after it passed, the governor withdrew the funding. That left many farmers markets with very few resources across the state and in our county left to pick up the tab. We want the county to show leadership and fund the Maryland Market Money Program for participating farmers markets. It's a steal at only $15,000, and it would create tremendous benefits for the health of residents and for the local agriculture economy. Secondly, I'd like to ask for support for general operating funds for our organization, the Prince George's County Food Equity Council. Over the past 4.5 years, we've worked with agricultural stakeholders, county agencies, and local residents to transform the county's food system into one where every resident can find healthy, affordable, safe, and sustainably produced food in their neighborhood, and where farms and food workers thrive. We still have a little work to do, but our food policy work has been nationally recognized, and our county's landscape has been transformed. Where there was vacant lots, there's now food truck hubs and urban farms growing. Over the past year, we've helped county agencies secure a $50,000 grant to support urban farmers through the Soil Conservation District office. We've led efforts at the health department to craft healthy food strategies for the county's Community Health Improvement Plan through their Healthcare Action Coalition. And we convened stakeholders and residents to work on legislation ranging from signs for farm wineries to healthier foods and county vending machines. We feel like we can make a lot more impacts, but we need your support. And that's where I'll end. Please fund that position for Soil Conservation District office too. Thank you.
Thank you. On the position for the soil conservation, I know that we just met with them, so that's on our list to look at, so we've got that. And then Stanley's going to look into the other issues you raised. Thank you.
Denise Dunn. Denise Dunn. Flora G. And after Flora will be Tefani Green.
Hi, I'm Flora G. I'm a Bowie resident. I'm the director-owner of Greenbelt Children's Center, an accredited preschool in Greenbelt that also has a public pre-K classroom in our center. I'm here to ask that our county invest in early childhood education. Research from economists, James Heckman, law enforcement, everybody will tell you that for every dollar you invest in early childhood, you'll get a return of at least $7, savings in prisons and special education, et cetera. As we are looking at expanding public pre-K, I would like to remind our county that there are a lot of child care classrooms in our county that are ready, willing, and able to take 4-year-olds and helping with the county helping to pay for their tuition. It's a win-win situation for everybody. Our county schools are so overcrowded. There's so many problems with drinking water, heat, air conditioning. We don't have those problems in our programs. And instead of cramming more children and sending little 4-year-olds to public schools that have problems and such needs. Let's send them to child care centers and support families there. I'm also going to ask that there be more support for the local Early Childhood Advisory Council. This was a product of Race to the Top, and it would be lovely if we had somebody from the county executive's office attending meetings and helping us to work on projects. Montgomery County has a working parents assistance program that helps to subsidize childcare for families that just get off the cliff of the childcare subsidy program that our county runs with the Maryland State Department of Ed that subsidizes childcare. There's a lot of problems with the program. They're just now opening up the two highest income levels, which means a family of two could make $24,000. But if you get a raise of $1 more, you're cut off the program. So we need to help families be able to access high quality education because it makes a difference in savings later on. So as we think about these things, I also want to make an ask for the Judy Center in Adelphi. There's this family support center, the Judy Center, the Mary Center, they all share that space. The parking lot there is atrocious. Why can't our county help them out and do something about the parking lot? I think the more that we invest in early childhood education, it's going to help to raise our KRA scores, which were the lowest in the whole state of Maryland. I think that it's going to help to prevent the achievement gap before it ever starts. And I think that it's really important that we understand that child care is education. Everything that happens when children are young, from birth to 5, really matters for their future. And we need to stop the fleeing of families that move out of our county as soon as the kids get to school age and they move to another county. We will know we've done a good job when parents say, I want to come to Prince George's County because of the schools there. So let's do a good job in early childhood education. It all starts there. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Tefani Green. Tefani Green. Judith Hawkins. Judith Hawkins. Timothy Johnson. Timothy Johnson. Mark Johnson. Michelle Pentour is after Mark.
Greetings. My name is Mark Anthony Johnson, Sr. I've been a resident of this county since 1965. In 2008 and 2009, I served with the Prince George's County Department of Social Services. It's great to see Ms. Gloria Brown in the house. 2011, I was part of CEDAR. A good friend of ours, Ollie Anderson, passed on, and that's where I met the great Rashawn Baker. I have a company called MOA Enterprises, Inc. I've introduced a piece of paper to see how we can bring value to Prince George's County. There came Jobs First Act to Prince George's County. Also in 2011, a certification program came in where county-based business are in the playing field. In 2013, there was a business development reserve program that was made where local 8A companies can be in the playing field. I was one of the 50s chosen out of that enrollee. There's 32 of us left. I'm a survivor of that. 2018, County Bill 74, 2016. That was a great bill to help small business in the reserve program. County Bill 115, 2017 was also a great bill. What I would like to bring legislation to bring opportunities to economic development, education, empowerment. I would like a procurement funding dollars for unsolicited proposals for mastermind BDRP enrollees with creative thinking. One of the things I would like to see happen is to help sprue some of the FSC dollars that's coming from Ms. Grosswade, also EDC, Department of Social Service, and lastly, a National Fatherhood League where missing fathers are. I got my father in the house. So we're engaging and doing some things to show the example. That concludes my message. Thank you.
Thank you.
After Michelle will be Michael Riddick.
Hello, Michelle Pinter, representing Hyattsville Area Residents for Progress, Women in Healthcare Action Group. Mr. Baker. nicely spoke to us recently. I'm here to propose that we dedicate, start and sustain a program we're calling Healthy Mothers and Babies, PGC. This would be modeled off of something like Healthy Babies Baltimore, Healthy Babies Project DC, the Baby in a Box programs in New Jersey and Finland. The Health and Human Services budget for Prince George's County fiscal year 2018 has the following objectives: to ensure healthcare resources, particularly to underserved and unserved county residents, to continue to improve maternal and infant outcomes to help decrease infant mortality, also maternal mortality. And there's also the Prince George's County Health Department Health Report 2015 stating that 1 in 4 women in our county receives inadequate prenatal care. So our proposal is to support these objectives of infant health and nutrition, maternal health and nutrition, counseling, home visits for prenatal and postnatal, and to have a caseworker that actually develops a relationship with the mothers and babies to identify trouble such as domestic violence, which is also a county priority, STD and STI prevention and intervention, another priority of our county, and improved going to pre-K and all these other things. It all ties together. And so there's a program already called Bright Beginnings of Prince George's County. It seems to be fairly small. I'm not sure how it's funded. It's by a nonprofit, but it's not quite, it doesn't do any home visits, and it doesn't quite do all the things we'd like to see something do. So we'd like to have something, even if it worked in conjunction with this existing program, expanded to try to reach all the women in Prince George's County that need the services that they are not currently getting. So yes, so outreach is a huge part of it. And another part is a lot of the data reported focuses on infant mortality, but us ladies matter too. So please focus on maternal mortality as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I know that our Health and Human Services, right, Betty, looking into that. Thank you.
Michael Riddick. Michael Riddick. Kyle Sidner. And then it's Raymond Colbert after Kyle.
Hey, good evening. My name is Kyle Snyder. I'm the Deputy Clerk with the Town of Upper Marlboro. I'm joined tonight with the Town Commissioners Wanda Leonard and Linda Penoyer, and we're here to request that the county maintain downtown Upper Marlboro redevelopment CIP funds in the county's FY2019 budget in order to assist the town in revitalizing its historic downtown to attract businesses and visitors. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, just so you know, that was on the agenda today for the redevelopment authority. Okay, so it is under consideration.
After Raymond, it'll be Deborah Shipman.
Good evening, everybody. As you're well aware, this is an election year. So what I would like is a dedicated funding for our campaign candidates. Excuse me, dedicated funding for forms for the county's residents. And this could be paid for by a registration fee levied by the county that's fair for both the campaigns and the county. I also like dedicated funding for transit. That could be paid for by the accountability and safety records of whatever transit, whether it's Metro, the one that never gets campaigned about, taxis or Uber or any other that comes in to play. The transit could also be expanded, since every 10 years we have a census, it just makes sense to advertise to new citizens, our services as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good job.
Deborah Shipman. Deborah Shipman. Joan Dorsey. Joan Dorsey. John Rigg. And after John, it will be Mike Moses.
Good evening, Mr. Baker. My name is John Rigg. I'm a proud resident of Prince George's County in the city of College Park, where I'm also fortunate enough to serve on the city council. But I'm not speaking on behalf of the city council tonight. I'm speaking on behalf of myself and my family, and coming here tonight and rising to urge you to support dyslexia in our schools. My children are students of University Park Elementary in the town of University Park, and we are very satisfied with our experience with Prince George's County Public Schools and look forward to keeping them in the county schools through high school. But there's one very large caveat. When my son was diagnosed with this dyslexia 3 years ago, we found a shocking lack of knowledge and awareness about that condition among the trained educators in our school, and even among the special ed staff who are dedicated to meeting the needs of children with special education needs. We were particularly dismayed to find that there's very little, if any, twice exceptional programming available for children in the program, or for children in the schools who have both a learning disability, but who also happen to be gifted or talented, as my 11-year-old child is. We spent the day today in Annapolis lobbying with the Dyslexia Awareness Group, and are pleased to report that there's interest at the state level for greater services and supports for families with children experiencing dyslexia. But I came here today to urge you to do, on behalf of Prince George's County, our part. Decoding Dyslexia is working with other advocacy organizations to start a series of pilot projects in county school districts throughout the state of Maryland. We're aware that Baltimore County and Montgomery County have both made substantial contributions towards a pilot project in their counties. And I rise today to ask you for a $15,000 to $20,000 contribution for a Prince George's County-based pilot project for dyslexia. Specifically, a reading clinic pilot that would help teachers in our county school districts and in a few areas be able to better address the needs of children with dyslexia. I would note that in the context of a $173 million budget or $473 million budget, some very large budget, that the $15,000 to $20,000 investment that we're asking for is essentially budget dust, and would be a small down payment in the future of children in this county who have dyslexia. Thank you for the time to speak, and thank you for the many years of service you've given to our county. I wish you the best.
Thank you. And thank you for your service. I don't want the school system to get scared, but it's
It's about $2 billion.
about a $2 billion budget for the school system.
Check my slides more carefully.
I certainly will bring this up at their budget hearing. I know Ms. Francis is writing that down, as Cheryl is also taking note.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you,
Francis.
and thank you for your lobbying effort.
Mike Moses. Mike Moses.
Well, first of all, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I called in to give a public comment.
And your name, ma'am?
Gina Bowler.
Gina, did we call her? Please come on down. You're our last speaker. You made it.
Yes, I did the same thing, and mine is very quick.
You're supposed to be on
Okay. Yes.
My name's Gina Bowler. I'm the chair of the Advocacy and Legislative Committee of the Overlook Full Spanish Immersion School, PTA. in Temple Hills, Maryland, and thank you for the opportunity to participate in this budget forum, this budget development process. I'm the proud parent of a first grader and a third grader who attend Overlook Full Spanish Immersion School. Today I'm speaking on behalf of the PTA in my role as the chair of Advocacy and Legislation. I'm also speaking as an advocate for the broader Prince George's County language immersion community. So first I want to thank you and congratulate you for your support, County Executive and the County Council, as well as the Prince George's County Public Schools CEO and the Board of Education and the Language Immersion Programs Office for all that they've done to successfully bring the Spanish Immersion Program and the dual immersion programs to our county, starting with the inaugural classes of kindergartners in the 2014-2015 school year, and also bringing a Spanish summer camp for 3 years, and this year for announcing the Prince George's County Public Schools Language Immersion Task Force, and that's a task force that's going to look at providing a continuity of services from kindergarten through the 12th grade for language immersion students across all of the languages, Spanish, French, Chinese, etc. So I want to acknowledge that and say congratulations, because I know it was a lot of hard work went into that. Also, I want to note that at Overlook this year, we have 243 students. We reached a milestone. Now the school is fully, all of the students are Spanish immersion. The former comprehensive students, they graduated out, so that's a milestone for us. Overlook is a vibrant community of students, faculty, staff, parents, neighbors who are all committed to providing our students with a world-class education, bilingual and multicultural skills, and competencies in a welcoming, safe, and nurturing school environment. And this is demonstrated in the success of our students, the academic success, and a whole range of student clubs and activities and events, too many for me to list here. But we're a vibrant community. That's the point that I want to leave you with. And also, we are asking you and the rest of the county leadership to approve operating and capital budgets that provide our language immersion students with continuity of services from kindergarten through the 12th grade. That is budgets consistent with the long-term vision and strong commitment to, 1, maintain or advance students' multilingual skills, 2, to offer a range of quality academic and extracurricular activities, and 3, to provide a suitable school facility, all in keeping with the needs of our diverse student population and the high expectations of our parents and educators. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Yes, ma'am. You're our last speaker. Come on down. Tell us who you are and what you took.
I went to a basketball game at Potomac High School on Monday, and to my surprise, I go to the ladies' room, and there's a notice in the bathroom, notice, non-potable water, not for cooking or drinking. So I was a little bit disturbed, and I tried to call the school system on Tuesday morning. I called 11 numbers, and they were all voicemails. The 12th call, I finally got somebody, and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, you got the wrong department. I'm going to stay on the phone with you until you get to the right person." The lady I talked to, she said there was lead in the faucets, and they didn't want, and then she said, you know, we're taking care of it as soon as we can. There are buckets of water, bottled water sitting around the school for kids to drink. I went down there Wednesday. There's no bottled water in the hall. Then she said, if you want any more information, then she said they'd have to drink a swimming pool full of water before they would get any effects from this lead. And I'm like, I'm sure that's what all the people in Flint, Michigan thought too. So then she told me to call the school. I called the school, the lady answered the phone, asked me what I wanted. I told her the principal was out, the assistant principal was in a meeting, so they gave me to the head janitor. I won't call any names, but what he says, lady, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, we put these signs out there because we don't want kids drinking water out of the faucets. And I said, that makes absolutely no sense. Kids with braces need to brush their teeth after school. I said, if they have a pill that they didn't take, of course they're gonna go in the bathroom and they're gonna get water. And he got so frustrated with me, he told me, he said, I'm trying to ease your concerns. I said, well, you haven't. And then I told him what the lady up at the school system told me. And he said, well, nobody ever said that to me. So he said, I'm trying to ease your concerns. I see that I'm not doing it, but I have a doctor's appointment I gotta go to. I have to go. I did catch Dr. Maxwell, and he said that he would have somebody give me a call tomorrow. But when you go to a basketball game and you see a sign like this in the bathroom, that's disconcerting. And something needs to be done for the rest of 2018, for the 2019, or however long it takes. You talk about all these wonderful programs and things that we want to do in school, but if the water's bad or the faucets are bad, what difference do it make if the kids could drink the water and come up with some kind of health issues? We need to take care of our schools. Stop these handouts. Not only that, if it was a faucet, I'm sure Prince George's County School has a warehouse that has faucets. If not, they could have gone to Home Depot, told the parents, we can't afford the faucets. If you guys give us $5 a piece, we can change the faucets in the school. Something has got to be done.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, if you can give, thank you. If you can give Cheryl your information, it'd be great. So thank you for coming out this evening. Our last and final budget presentation for the executive office will be on February 13th. It will be in Laurel High School. If there's concerns or testimony you want to give, that's the opportunity for the county budget. And then after we submit it to the county council, they will also have public testimony. Thank you, and be safe going home.